truth, Mr Speaker, I love this country, New Zealand. All of us are either people or descendants of people who've sailed and flown from every corner of the earth for a better life. We live together, mostly in harmony, and work to give our children a better tomorrow than we had ourselves. And this is made possible by the only political system that's ever worked, liberal democracy. Those words mean universal human rights and free and fair elections with universal franchise. And we should never forget that our country is the original liberal democracy, the first in human history to give every adult the right to vote. Thousands of New Zealanders went on to make the ultimate sacrifice defending it. They lost their lives in barbaric conditions because the opposite of liberal democracy, totalitarian racial supremacy, had to be stopped. And today we're fortunate to live with that inheritance. Today, our Human Rights Act empowers the Human Rights Commission to, quote, promote racial equality and cultural diversity. Perhaps that's what the Commission had in mind when they said, quote, give nothing to racism. And we're fortunate in this House that we do not have political parties that are overtly racist, or at least that's what I thought, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, I thought we'd never have a political party elected to our parliament that openly and casually preached racial supremacy. I thought we all believed in free and equality, being born free and equal, as Prime Minister Fraser signed up to in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. But unfortunately, there is a party in this parliament that openly and casually declares racial supremacy, and I'm calling today on their leaders to stop it. Here it is for all to see on the website of Te Pāti Māori. It is a known fact that the Māori genetic makeup is stronger than others. Let me say that again, Mr Speaker. It is a known fact that Māori genetic makeup is stronger than others. This is not some nut bar party from the back blocks of Europe. It's not some dark website in the corner of the dark web. This is Te Pāti Māori who have 2 seats in our parliament and claim to oppose racism. When this was brought to my attention, I wondered what the diplomatic way to deal with it might be. I thought of approaching their MPs, but given some of the things they've said about me and ACT, I wasn't so sure if that would be effective. So I wrote to Meng Foon, the Race Relations Commissioner, 5 weeks ago on August 23rd. And I pointed out that Mr Foon regularly wades into public debates and perhaps he should call this out. 2 weeks later, on the 7th of September, he wrote back and said, I understand your concern and the sentence you highlight should have been constructed better. Really? So we've got a Race Relations Commissioner who thinks racial supremacy is okay, just maybe fix up the wording. I wrote back on the 9th of September and noted within days of that statement he'd made public statements calling out racially charged statements in local body elections. I called on him again to take action. He wrote back and said, I've notified Te Pāti Māori of my concerns and intention to meet and or speak with them. I would like to have the ability to discuss those matters with them. Maybe his stealthy methods are effective. They're not. 2 weeks later, it remains there for all to see on their website. It's a known fact that Māori genetic makeup is stronger than others. A more realistic conclusion is the Human Rights Commission is a pointless organisation that spends taxpayer money saying they'll give nothing to racism, but runs for the hills when real racism appears. And that's why the Human Rights Commission should go. But with them having failed, ACT appeals to Te Pāti Māori. Take this racist statement off your website. It is not us. It does not belong in New Zealand's democracy. And failing them acting, then it's up to the people of New Zealand to see their true character and motivations and make sure that they are never allowed anywhere near power. Mr Speaker, that is not the best New Zealand can do. This country at its best is a modern, multi-ethnic liberal democracy with inclusion for all. And I watch with interest to see if all the usual suspects pile on and call out the Māori Party for this outrageous statement. as they should. If they don't, act well, because our country deserves freedom and equality.
Time has expired.